Hello everybody, welcome back. Another week has passed and the format for the production schedule report has changed for one more time. The distinction between bugs and tasks for each one of the 6 major aspects of the 3.0 update is no more, and we have now returned again to the total number of issues that need to be fixed before the 3.0 update can go to the PTU. To be more precise, there are right now 179 must-fix issues before the 3.0 can go to the PTU. And although this number is not very good, it's not a great number for us, twice already CAG, the developers, have talked about revisiting the priorities of bugs. So basically they are talking about a redefinition of bugs so we can get the PTU before the end of 2017, like we were discussing earlier this week. First of all, in the Bear Down, Todd Puppy mentioned that in the next couple of weeks they will be triaging the 3.0 bugs with the goal to refine them to a list of bugs as small and concise as possible that would make for a minimum viable product to put out to PTU and live after. And in the production schedule report they are mentioning revisiting the priorities of bugs. So we are officially now, this is how in my personal opinion interpret these two phrases, officially talking about a redefinition of bugs so we can have at least the first wave of the PTU before the end of this year. Something that again in my opinion is going to be very important for Star Citizen and of course our community. Some interesting parts from the production schedule report have to do with the first pass of pricing for items and commodities that has been implemented, but the developers continue balancing them, and of course that the star map now is rendering into the ship radar. Moving on, in Around the Verse this week we had the opportunity to take a good look at the process of creating the procedural cities of Star Citizen, cities that we were shown for the first time during the CitizenCon event this year, but also the tools that are used in order to make this feature a reality. The goal of the developers is to make the procedural cities as alive as possible with their own unique characteristics and the landscape to fit the lore of the Star Citizen universe. A great example of this is of course the planet of Varkop, which is basically a huge city that is covering an entire planet. With the development of this process and the use of these specific tools, the cities of Star Citizen will stop being just a beautiful backdrop, but will actually become an alive city, with landing areas and different zones for us the players to explore. Like with everything else in Star Citizen, CAG is following the same philosophy here with the procedural cities. Procedural techniques are used, but the developers can intervene, can handcraft specific locations or buildings, have the ability to add or remove specific items and details, making the cities of Star Citizen more alive and more realistic in that way. The developers determine the areas, but the system itself generates them procedurally. Still, the developers can make subtle, very subtle edits. It is the city tiles that will determine what kind of buildings you get in a city, and it will define high and low areas, industrial areas where it is more rugged and dense, and downtown areas where it is more flat but with skyscrapers and such. A challenge when creating a procedural city for the developers is always to make the cities logical when arranging the city tiles, the districts and the buildings. As far as the landing zones go, this is where the highest density of artwork can be found, and this is simply because it will be the places that players will spend most of their time. In the future we are going to see a lot more details added to the cities, the procedural cities of Star Citizen, like a more detailed crowd system or NPC, monorails or even flying traffic. And who knows, maybe sometime later in the development of Star Citizen we will also see alien cities. Last but definitely not least, we got some more details about the anniversary sale that will kick off this Friday, November 24th and will last until December 4th. Basically, the info we got have to do with which manufacturer is going to be on sale which day, and to be honest I was expecting something more, like which vessels are going to be available for the sale and of course maybe some prices, but we will have to wait for this info. So the sale will begin on November 24th with Anvil Aerospace and will continue with Aegis Dynamics, Ground Vehicles and Alien Ships, Origin Jump Works, Consolidated Outland, Robert Space Industries, MISC, Drake Interplanetary, and we'll conclude with all manufacturers on sale in the last 3 days from December 2nd to December 4th. CIG will be highlighting the different manufacturers with daily videos, and to be totally honest, there are hints for new vessels, but we haven't heard anything yet, so I am guessing that in the next couple days we might hear something about a new vessel that will go live, a new concept sale that will go live along with the anniversary sale. Either way, the anniversary sale is a great opportunity for all of us to acquire vessels that are not always available and of course increase the number of our ships. This is everything I wanted to share with you today. I think despite the number of bugs we have right now, the definition of these bugs is going to be a reality really soon. This is my personal opinion, and the developers are going to do everything they can in order to give us a PTU before the end of 2017. Of course, I would love to hear your opinion. I would love to hear how you are interpreting the phrases that the developers have used, and if you really think that the PTU is closer, if we are getting closer to a PTU build, and if this PTU will come before the end of this year. Also, do you think we are going to see new vessels in this anniversary sale? And if yes, what kind of vessels? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am Squid of Love, and I will see you around the verse. Bye bye.